Hello there. Right, this video is going to be slightly different to the normal ones because I am going to talk about SEO a bit later, but first of all I'm going to talk about cameras. Now, if you've seen any of my videos before, you've probably realised I use a bunch of different cameras. So I want to compare the two cameras I mainly use and basically figure out which one is going to work the best. Now, I'm not going to include the 360 camera because that's just a whole topic by itself. I'm not going to include the massive Sony one because I don't exactly carry that around when I'm making videos for LinkedIn or anywhere else. So I'm going to compare my iPhone, which is an iPhone 11, with the Panasonic Lumix LX100, which is a camera I've used for years. It's a little bit battle worn. I don't know if you can see the bumps and scrapes, but it's served me very well. Now, the reason I want to do this comparison is I want to start making more videos and I want to do it in the most efficient way possible. And as a little spoiler, that's loosely how this is going to relate to SEO. Right, so I'm going to walk across a field in Ipswich called Lancia Park, and I'm going to do some filming with each camera and with my iPhone headphones. And I'm also going to use a free Dolby app that you can get for the iPhone. I think you can get it for Android as well, just to compare them. I mean, ultimately, I want to find out if I need to carry around this camera or whether I can make do with something that's in my pocket all the time. Oh, as an aside, I'm not going to be talking about... I've got loads of cameras. It's just what happened. I'm not going to be talking about the camera I'm filming this on because that is a little Sony Handycam that looks like this. Can you see it? Which I just use as a webcam or sometimes on stage. They're like 50 quid each second hand and they make cracking webcams. Hopefully you can see that from the quality. Right, I'm off for a walk then. Okay, test number one, the Panasonic Lumix LX100 set to 4K. This is just standard footage, but with the magic of snapping my fingers, I'm going to set it to color graded footage, which just means I'm going to tinker with it in Adobe Premiere, and I'm going to do it now. Look any different? How's that? What's the sound like? Because there's only a tiny little couple of microphones on this camera. It's not really meant for sound. When I use it kind of for more serious productions, I record the sound separately and adjust it to get it sounding good. But this is straight off the camera, 4K Panasonic LX100. What do you think? As an additional test on the LX100, I'm setting the depth of field to 1.7, so very, very narrow. How does it look? Has it blurred out the background nicely, or has it blurred my face out? Does the autofocus change? For this test, it's the standard iPhone 11 video app. No external microphone, just talking using the front-facing camera. So let's see what that looks like compared to the rear-facing camera. First downside to using the front-facing, or the proper camera, is that I don't really know if I'm in shot. Well, I think I might be experienced enough to know I've done it okay. Again, this is just the standard app on the iPhone 11. This is the front-facing camera on... Do I mean front-facing? You know, the one where you can see the screen. It's that camera, but with headphones plugged in, so using this little microphone. And then the other, or proper camera on the iPhone 11, using headphones and the little microphone here. But what does that sound like compared to, or what does it look like compared to, the front-facing camera on the Dolby app, which is free on iPhone or all iOS, I guess. Again, with this, let's see what it looks like on the other side. So using the front-facing camera or proper camera on the Dolby app on the iPhone 11 looks like this. What does it look like on the selfie thing? I think I'll start calling it the selfie camera. Oh, the dog. Dog's gone now. So on the Dolby app, with the selfie camera, so the little one where you can see yourself, it looks and sounds like this. There's other dogs around, so I think I should probably be spending more time looking at the ground while I walk than looking at the camera. So, what does all this mean? So, what's the verdict? Well, I quite like the quality that the Panasonic gave me, but in the second clip, at least, and a little bit in the first clip as well, you can see there's a real problem with focus shifting. Now, if I'm using this in a studio or controlled environment, like here at home, I can set it to manual focus, and that shifting of focus and the vagueness isn't an issue. But if I'm out walking around, then that's a problem, because I'm walking, and hey, I'm fluid when I walk. At least I'm not too old not to be fluid anymore. So there's the conclusion. I'm going to stick with the iPhone, I think. I can just do it whenever I like. As to whether the Dolby app is better than the standard iPhone app, verdict's out on that. I was walking across a nice quiet field and it was fairly quiet, but when you're in a very noisy or windy atmosphere, that Dolby sound adjustment, which is automatic mostly, that can be really helpful. So how does this relate to SEO? Well, we want to achieve things with SEO, and I think sometimes we're held back trying to do it in the absolute most perfect way. So we get past that in the professional world of SEO by testing a few things, a bit like testing the cameras. Because the real truth about SEO is you don't always have to be the best in the world. You just have to be more adequate than your competitors. So for me using an iPhone, if that's more adequate than other people making SEO videos, or equally adequate, then that's fine, because the real important thing is the message or the story, not the method. And that absolutely goes for SEO as well. It's the message. Don't get hung up on the technical stuff. SEO is for humans after all. It's not just for the Google algorithm. Anyway, this video is a bit different, so let me know what you think. I was going to say in the comments, but yeah, I'll stick with that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, thank you for watching. Any questions, let me know.